Today we're gonna learn how to redirect a Calendly booking confirmation page that has been embedded to our site and redirect that. So here's what we are doing. Actually, let me show it to you. So if you have a free Calendly plan, or if you have even your own, like even if you have a paid version, and you're embedding the Calendly form into your site, and then after someone books the call, they're going to be presented with a window like this, or if it's a paid plan, then obviously it goes to a different page, and that to me does not look good. So what we're going to do is we're going to play around with Google Tag Manager, and we are going to go ahead and make it a little nicer and better, and you will see what that means. So again, just to say what we are doing, this is primarily very beneficial for people who are doing lead generation, just because when you have a lead generation, you want people to land onto a what is it called, let me show it to you. You want people to land onto a page like this, right? Now some people decide, hey, instead of embedding the Calendly form into our site, we would send them directly into Calendly booking page. Well, if you do that, a couple of challenges happens. Number one is they're going away from your site, and yes, you can do cross domain tracking and actually track some of the stuff that's happening over there, but again, they're off of your site. Right. And then obviously if you're off of your site and you pay Calendly like $12 a month times 12 is $144, then Calendly, when they finish the booking, they will go ahead and pass some of the URL parameters back to your site, and you can do a lot of things. And that really works, but I don't like that topic of jumping from your landing page or your site to Calendly site and then back to your site. This is just too much, right? And there are a lot of other reasons like offline conversions, things like that, because of which I like this method, embedding. However, when you do the embedding and you book the call, you end up with a page within a page, and then you don't really have control of that. So with that, let's jump in. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add a listener into our Google Tag Manager. And by the way, one thing I want to clarify is that in this example, what I'm assuming that you know how to use Google Tag Manager at a basic level. Let me show you. Yes, you have a basic knowledge of Google Tag Manager. If not, you need to kind of get some basic knowledge, which is, again, I'm not saying go out, just get a Google Tag Manager account and then go ahead and make sure you have what would I say? You have configured GA4 with Google Tag Manager. That's just the basic. If you haven't done that, then you shouldn't watch these videos because it's a little bit advanced. Okay. With that, here are the high level steps of what we're going to do. Again, step one, embedding Calendly into your booking page and make sure GTM is working well. For me, it's already there. We are on WordPress, but this is a method that should work on whether you're on Webflow, whether you're in Shopify, as long as you can drop a GTM code into your whatever website builder you're using, this should work. Okay. The next thing is we are going to add GTM code to track bookings page that happens in embedded Calendly widget, and I'm gonna walk you through step 2 and 3 over here. Okay. And so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our tag manager, and we need to create an custom HTML tag that's just basically going to fire off. So I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. Let's call it tag custom HTML for Calendly. Okay, and the tag configuration is going to be custom HTML, and the code is going to be, let me grab the code here from my other window into this. This is a very simple code. Again, this was, I believe, Julius, that's his name. He's the one who actually shared this code, and thank you to Julius for doing this, because there are other methods out there that does something similar. However, I like the GTM route, and I believe it's here. Let me show it to you. Yeah, there is another guy from Code and Tonic. He's selling a JavaScript code for $19 and to handle this redirection. And he has a YouTube video as well. And what I'm saying is and he's done pretty cool. But the reason why I don't like his method is just that he's actually makes the JavaScript edits into the site itself. And I like it with Tag Manager because with Tag Manager there are other things I can do downstream, which if you follow me you will see. So again, Code and Tonic, if you like to go through his method, go ahead and grab his $19. I think that's a fair price. Again, everyone has to eat. For me, I'm recording this video for future training of my team members. So, and I prefer GTM because we're going to do offline tracking, offline conversion tracking and things like that, that I believe we're going to get more flexibility with Tag Manager. Also events, sending events to Google Analytics is much easier. Okay, with that, so we're gonna add this script, and it's gonna fire. Some people like to fire on all pages. For me, I don't like to fire on all pages just because it's going to be firing only on Calendly pages. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this track. Let's do page view. And then some page view, because I know this page view, only the Calendly page has the Calendly calendar. So why fire unnecessarily custom HTML stuff? So here we go, click on save. And I'm going to click on save. And let's test this first before we proceed any further. So we're going to click on preview and Calendly connect. It's there. So there we go. We see the Calendly HTML tag has fired, and let's play around a little bit. So I'm going to try this and do this. Click on next, and let's see what kind of events were passed. There we go. See, it's already trapping and sending data layer push, data layer events. One is the Calendly event, and the event date and time selected, which is exactly what I did. Then I can do my name. It should actually, here we go. So one is event type viewed, the other one is Calendly, and then the third one is going to be when an event is scheduled. So we're going to grab that as well. But for now, I'm happy with what's happening. So the next thing I want to do is create a data layer variable that's going to go ahead and list, and that's going to capture the values of this event and dump it into a variable. So let's copy this and let's go here. Call it DLV dash. We can do the same. Then this is going to be, might as well say, there we go. This data layer variable Calendly event should be exactly the name over here, or else it's not going to capture the value over here. Okay, so make sure that's the same. And then there we go, save. And the next thing we're going to do is create a trigger so that, let's call it TRG check for Calendly events. You can name your trigger anything you like, and it's going to be a custom event, and the event name is going to be this event. Okay, so here we go. Click on save, and then we're going to create a tag that's going to say, hey, look for any events. Let's go tag fire with Calendly events. I just like my thing to be a little bit descriptive so that in the future when anyone sees, we're going to send an event. So we measurement ID, I already have a GEF4 measurement ID. Event name is going to be, again, it's going to be here, the Calendly event. Now, if you like, you can add like Calendly dash, or you could just say calendar. Or in my case, you can just leave it as is. Actually, you know what? Let's call it Calendly so that you can see what's happening. Okay, and it's gonna trigger when this condition matches. Okay. Now, the other thing I should do is I should bring you my analytics window. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Analytics, analytics. I'm typing in my other window. I'll bring it right now. Here we go. I'm gonna bring this over, and I'm gonna go into admin, and then we are gonna go into debug view. Okay, so let's test this. We are gonna go to preview, Calendly, Windows loading. Okay, cool. Windows loading. Tags fired during Calendly events. Already Calendly event fired, which is Calendly. And let's expand this. It's going to event type viewed, and then it's going to send an event on Google Analytics about that. While it's waiting, let's go ahead and schedule a call, or let's move forward. It's fired one more event. See, date and time selected. Here we go. See, all the events are coming to Google Analytics right now. I already viewed it. I'm setting up this name, email, and now I'm gonna go ahead and book. Give me a second while I go ahead and grab a temporary email, and let's call it schedule events. Okay, cool. See, now we are here, and as you can see, this is the thing where we are coming up, and we said we are going to change that. So to change that, but before we do, I want to show you that yes, the events do show up in Google Google Analytics. See, event schedule. So what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and listen for this event. We already have that, so it's very simple. What we are going to do is new trigger. Let's call it trigger check if event scheduled. If Calendly event, we could do it booked. Okay, so the thing is, it's going to be very similar to the other event that we did, event trigger. So the event name is going to be again the same, which is, we're going to look for this. And now we're going to only fire it for certain events. When DLV calendar events, which is the variable, and what we're going to do is we're going to match it for this. So we are going to only, we're going to look for this specific particular one. Contains this, because we want to redirect after an event has been scheduled or call has been scheduled, and that only happens when you reach this page. And if when you do that, so you're going to see what happens. Check, and then create a tag, and then do this, which is tag redirect after Calendly booking. Let's do a camel case. Tag configuration. Again, this is going to be custom HTML. Let me see. And the code is going to be a very simple code. It's script and then let me grab the code as well. It's as simple as that, marketonlinegrow.com/thank you. So basically what's going to happen is whenever an event has been booked, people are going to go ahead and reach this page. Okay, so That's the tag, and that's all. It's gonna trigger only if Calendly events are booked. Let's click on save. Let's close this. Let's close this. And let's go back to preview. Calendly. I think it's gonna trigger. There you go. See how easy it was? It was immediately redirected into something else. Now, there are other things we can do, and it's gonna happen in future videos where, okay, fine, if this visitor on this site came from Google Ads, right? If they came from Google Ads, such as, Google Ads or YouTube Ads, they're gonna have a Google Click ID identifier, G-Click, or if from Facebook, it's gonna have FB Click, or if it's from iOS, then they're gonna have the WBraid IDE. We need those, and we need to save those parameters or variables or cookies, whatever we need those parameters actually, and we need to save them onto our browser window as well as in our CRM, so that when they convert in offline during the phone call that we have scheduled, we can send that conversion information back to either Google, YouTube, or Facebook, or whichever ad platform you're using, because by doing that, the platform knows that this person has converted, and that gives enough data back into the ad platform to be able to go find people who are more likely to convert for your ad campaign. And that is very crucial. If not, you are basically doing 50% of your ad stuff and not the whole shebang. So in the future video, I'm going to show you how we can save those G-Clids, because we primarily do Google Ads, so G-Clids, and then keep them in a CRM. And then once we do it in a CRM, we can kind of keep it around. And then when they convert, we just go ahead and upload them back into Google. So you just have to stay tuned or follow our page and to learn if those things. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.